Right. Says we're live. I'm just filming it on my phone as well to see if I can catch it. If it does it again, it does the same thing again, and I can catch it on the phone because I missed it. But yeah, I just reset my computer. Then devil's own job getting back in. Well, not devil's own job, it just took ages, man. They've done something to my laptop since the last update, and it's updated 3 times in 3 days. It's not sorting anything out at all, it's just making it worse. There we go. So anyway, I think what was I saying about Red Pill Phil? Red Pill Phil and my and this Dr. Dr. Bhakdi, or Rashir Bhakdi, I think his name is, has written a book about viruses and stuff, and he's just absolutely horrified. And I stood up, and while I was watching it, I stood up, yes, this is exactly, almost word for word, what was coming out of his mouth, this 75-year-old doctor of 50 years, microbiology and all of this stuff. What was coming out of his mouth was basically exactly what I've been saying, and exactly what I got struck for. Oh yeah, I was talking about the stroke. I had my 7 days were up, and I posted a thing saying, yeah, I'm going to go live tonight, because let's be honest, I need to raise some money, man, because things are really bad. Just lost my car, so lost my mobility, means I can't do my mobile gigs thing. And yeah, I had a couple of hours, and then I got another email saying, oh, you've had your second strike. And the video that they took down, that was just a factual one as well. I was just discussing the origins of Antifa, and they called it I think they said it was hate speech. They got it taken down for hate speech, and I was just basically pointing out the origins of Antifa. So clearly somebody has got a hard on for taking the channel down. That's cool. I can carry on. I don't care. 1,500 videos. 1,500 videos, man. Only 1,440 subscribers, but 1,500 videos. That's more than 1 video per subscriber. I think there's channels out there with millions of subscribers who haven't even got 20 videos on their channel. They haven't even produced 20 videos yet. They've still got 1 million bloody subscribers. That's cool. We write reality, man. I'm going to keep repeating it. I'm going to keep saying it. Rewrite, we write, whichever way you want to say it. I like the way that Nir said it, because I was saying rewrite reality, and my friend Nir in Israel said we write reality. And it's not I, it's we. It's not me, it's we. So that's how we should think about it. It's weird. It's like we are one without being a hive mind. That's the difference between one side and the other. If you're going to say there's 2 sides in this battle, we will think as one, but individually. Whereas with the hive mind, with the one world, the way they want it, the way the deep state wants it, the way the bad aliens or whatever it is your perception is of what's actually driving this, the puppet masters. If all of our leaders are just puppets, then who are the puppet masters? Then yeah, my mind's just gone blank. Train of thought just got completely derailed. Whatever I was going to say was obviously extremely profound, intelligent, and important. I always figure that whenever something's been wiped from my memory, it's because it was going to be life-changing or completely paradigm shattering or whatever. We write reality, right? We collectively, our collective perception of what is happening determines our state of being during what is happening. And our state of being during what is happening determines where that goes. Right? Everybody should be able to agree with that. That's how we write reality. So we can go into the metaphysics and the woo-woo about it, that the energy that we're giving off attracts like energies. So if we're in a state of constant anxiety and stress, frustration and anger, everything that comes to us, we're going to perceive it in that state of being. So when something good comes, you're not necessarily going to see it. You're not necessarily going to perceive it as a good thing. Something could happen that is completely neutral. The thing that happens, it's totally neutral. But how you perceive what happens determines what path you take after that point. So if you're in a really negative state of mind, in a negative state of being, in a really low vibration, you're going to perceive that neutral thing as negative, and you're going to react to it. And you're going to react in a state of fear to it because you see it as negative and impacting your life in a negative way. It's the glass half empty or half full. That saying. The state of fact is that the glass is always full. It's always full, because if there's not liquid there, then there's atmosphere, ether, air, oxygen, not hydrogen because that's obviously water, but yeah, man, there's water. There's still like minuscule droplets of water in the air. It's what humidity is, isn't it? So whatever's not liquid, whatever's not water or milk or whatever the liquid is in the glass is replaced by the air. So the glass is full all the time. But if you perceive it as being half empty all the time, then that's all you're going to get. Nothing's ever going to be good enough. Nothing's ever going to, you're never going to see the light at the end of the tunnel if you're always perceiving everything in a negative way. I keep saying that our perception is it's the key to our reality. It's your key to your reality. How you perceive the world. And how you perceive the world relies totally on what you allow into your perception. Alfie, shush. It's all about what you allow into your into your world, what you look at, what you listen to, the people that you allow into your life, the energy that's around you. His barking's just completely derailed my train of thought. I don't know if somebody was at the door then. The reason I know that our perception is so important is because they work so hard to control it. They work overtime to control our perception of what's going on. So through the media, through Hollywood, and they rely on Joe Public to police each other on the, you know, after that. It starts off, we're getting indoctrinated at school, we're not getting educated. Not one single person has been educated at school. You've not been taught to think. You've not been taught to think independently or critically about anything. We've all been taught to just parrot back commonly accepted theories, because that's all they are still. And then you leave school, college, university, whatever, you leave there and you go into the real world and you rely on the news and what you see on the TV to then further educate you about what's going on outside of your own reality. Because each one of us only really knows what's going on with us and around us. Right? Everything that I know about what I've not actually seen and experienced myself has come third party from, you know, stories and watching videos, and you can say, yeah, these channels, these people, they have integrity and you can trust what they say, but still it's only their experience and it's only their perception of whatever it is that's happened. Two people can go to a dinner party. They can sit right next to each other in a dinner party. And at the end of the night, right, two strangers, so, come dine with me. Whoever watches Come Dine With Me. There was a time when I enjoyed that. And you get six strangers who'll go to dinner together. And each one of them will have a completely different perception of how the evening went. And speaking to each one individually after the evening's, you know, dinner and conversations afterwards, each one will give a completely different version or perception of what happened, how they perceived people, how they perceived how the evening went, what they thought the food was like, what the atmosphere was like. That's six different realities that have happened, because for each person it was real. Their version of what happened was real. For each person, their version of what happened was reality. So within those individual realities, each of those people, each person has their own perception of what our universe is, and what our universe is like, and what's in our universe, and how it's made up, and where it began, and all of that. Each one of those people has their own version of that universe. Parallel universes. in multiple realities happening right there at the dinner table in Come Dine With Me. Nobody sees that. Nobody perceives that. Nobody actually perceives that when they're watching Come Dine With Me. What they perceive is a bunch of like 6 people who they either like or dislike. They make judgments on the other person's ego, whether they have a big ego, or if they're a timid character, or if they're too loud or rude or obnoxious, or they get drunk, or so that's the basis of people's perception of what happened. And it was just a bunch of people went out, had dinner, had a conversation about the world, and then, you know, and left. And each person that's watching that Come Dine With Me is sat there saying, yeah, and we're all in the same, going by what we've been taught at school. We're on a rock that's spinning 1,000 miles an hour, 93 million miles away from the sun. We've only been here, the human race has evolved from monkeys and all of that stuff. Sat there with that perception in their version of the universe, living in their reality, which is another one, which is parallel to all of those on Come Dine With Me that they've just been watching. But they're not perceiving any of that. They're not seeing it, that's multiple realities and parallel universes all the time. And that's how the parallel universes sit side by side. And in some cases, they're so parallel, there's just 1 or 2 little things that are different. Quantum leap. Anyone remember Quantum Leap? There's universes that are right next to each other and universes that are poles apart. Well, my universe is going to be completely different to some Amazonian rainforest dweller, tribal warrior who's never seen anything outside of the forest, never heard anything outside of his own local folk lore and tradition. His universe is totally different to mine. That's why perception is so important. That's why they do their best to control our perception of everything. They want us to perceive the world that they want. They want us to fully perceive the world that they want. And then the world that they want, we are powerless. We are nothing. We're on the very bottom of the pyramid. We're good for nothing. We'll never be, in materialistic terms, in the 3-dimensional reality, wealthy. We'll always be slaves, struggling, feeding their system, feeding their reality, agreeing to their reality. The only way a reality will solidify, the only way a reality will solidify into a global thing is if everybody agrees. So the best way to get everybody to agree with it is to control their perception of what's going on and dumb them down as much as possible. Remove all truth from the popular social media networks where your average Joe Blogs goes for his information. Remove all truth from the mainstream media, which basically controls the herd's mentality, because the herd is still dependent on the mainstream media. Simple. And then get everybody pumped full of these chemicals and this genetically modified so-called vaccine. Heavy metals, spray lots of heavy metals in the air. Put lots of electromagnetic frequency out. just to bring everybody's vibration, everybody down, and just only perceiving the reality that they want us to perceive, and so that we write their reality. We write reality. We don't have to write theirs. They're controlling our perception, and that's the only reason it's going the way it is at the moment, because they're controlling the herd perception. The only way to fight against it is to stand up. And you can't not, we can't get aggressive, we can't get angry, we can't get violent. We can't do that. That's what they want. They want that. Because the second you do that, then they can really clamp down and they can use all their weapons, and they can start putting people into their camps that they've got ready. They want people to react violently, angrily, when all you have to do is just say, no, no, no more, no. I reject this reality. I reject it. I reject this reality. This is not my reality. It seems really simple, but it's Occam's razor. Simplest answers always generally the right one. So, main reason for doing this stream was to make sure that I can stream. Apparently, it seems I can. Don't have any viewers. Just Courier the Iron Realm. He's gone. Thanks for popping in, Josh, if you do happen to still be here. Where is everyone? Yeah, do you not realise, mate, that I'm getting really seriously, heavily shadow banned, defamed, whatever. They're doing their best to take me down, not let me grow. Because I talk absolute 100% pure truth. And if people don't like it, they don't like it because they can't come to terms with it. It's not my problem. It's not my issue. Listen, don't listen. Makes no difference to me. Only makes a difference to you. It's your reality. It's not mine. But all I can do is keep saying, please try to take control of your reality. And please don't allow them to manifest their reality. I don't want you to manifest my reality. That's up to me. All I want you to do is manifest your reality. And with luck, the majority of us want to manifest a reality where we're all happy and living in abundance, and we're not being ruled by psychopathic, sociopathic, narcissistic demons with personality disorders. Much love, people. #WeWriteReality.